I didn't see you there.
Well, I'm finally back, guys. After such a long time being out, oh my god, you guys would not believe. You guys gotta find out why. And it's a little, I would say a little, not that long of a story, but it's alright. I took my car to the dealer. And yes, I know you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, why are you taking a car to the dealer and whatnot? I know. But since I've gotten my car, I've always wanted leather in my car. Always. But when I got it, I had my friends and my brothers and everybody there when I got my car, the first time I got my car. And they're like, oh, you know, maybe you shouldn't get leather, because they give you the option of adding leather to the car when you get it. And obviously mine wasn't leather, mine was just the cloth. And I was just thinking about it, and I was asking my friends and my brothers, and I was like, what do you guys think? Should I get it or not? Blah blah blah. And they're like, you know what? Why? For what? You know, they're like, I got leather and it just sucks and whatnot. And I was like, basically taking their advice. And and I'm just gonna go ahead and not do it then. So I didn't do it, and I kind of regretted it a little bit. And I was just like, whatever. So time passed by, and I was just like, well, maybe I should get it now. I had the chance to get it and get the leather, so I've been wanting it for such a long time. Why not do it? Like, the way I wanted my car was white with gold or bronze wheels, and the interior be red. If you guys ever seen like a BMW or even a Lexus, the red interior, I was like, hey, that's the way I've always pictured my car to be, And I was like, you know what, I'll check all the stuff they had, and they had one just perfectly. I was like, oh, this would be a perfect color for in there. So I chose a color, I chose the design, and I chose everything. Everything was good. I thought everything was good. So then this is where the battle begins. From the beginning, we had already talked about what was going to be on the car, and I asked them, okay, Recaro stitching going to be back on the car? They said yes. Am I going to get the perforation in the center of the seats done? They said yes. And am I going to get the black stitching? And yes. Is the side panels going to be done? Is the center console going to be done? Yes and yes. He's going to get it done, and he's like, okay, all that's going to be done. If I don't call you, that means it's going to be done. But if I do call you, that means it can be done, or it's going to be done with an extra charge. So just assume it's done if I don't call you. And I was like, okay, well, me thinking, okay, you said it, alright, it's going to be done. A week passes by, no phone call, no nothing. The only phone call I got is that my car is ready. Brought it in Monday, got it on Friday. And I was like, extremely ecstatic. I wanted you guys to see it. I want you guys to see a reaction, because I've never seen how it looked or anything. It was going to be a perfect reaction video for you guys, but it wasn't. I was filming already and everything, and I looked at the car. The color was fantastic. What I've dreamed about, what I've really envisioned my car to look like. But, big but, it wasn't done like we agreed upon. No Recaro stitching. It wasn't black either. So the stitching wasn't black. No perforation in the center. The side panels weren't done. The center console wasn't done. So everything we talked about apparently was not done. So I was like, what? And I was just like, okay, this is not what I wanted, and this is not what we agreed upon, so what's the deal? So the guy that originally got it there service with, the service dude there, wasn't there. He said, they said that he had to go on some medical thing, and he was gonna be out for about 14 days. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I talked to the guy that was there, and I let him know, like, hey, you know what, this is not what I wanted. This is not how I wanted it to be. You know, I'm not signing anything saying that, you know, hey, the car is good to go. So I didn't sign anything. And he was like, okay, well, while we get this resolved, you know, we're gonna have to try to keep your car or whatnot. And so it was like, well, I can't be out without my car for another week. So I was like, is there any way I could just still drive it, and then you guys handle it from there? And they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever, whatnot. Fast forward a week later, I called the dealer again, and then I obviously talked to the dude that helped me in the beginning, and he's like, oh, well, I contacted them, and they were telling me about that they didn't have the licensing for the recoil stitching. And I was like, okay, how come that wasn't told to me before? That should have been told to me. If the recoil can't be going on to the car, then that would have been a big problem to me, because then I would have never done the leather, honestly. But okay, it's already done. And he's like, okay, that's something that needs to be done and whatnot. And I was like, all right, well, you know, just let me know what's going on with the, you know, the whole situation about the side panels and the center console. And another week passes by. Still have no information. They still haven't told me anything. And I was just like, what? So this next week comes around. So this is 3 weeks now. 3. Finally, the guy that I talked to was there now. So contacted him. What happened? He was like, well, you know, I did tell him they're supposed to do this and this and that, but I guess it didn't get done. And the recoil thing, apparently they didn't know, or he didn't know. I don't know what the hell the reason really was, but I guess it didn't happen. And the licensing wasn't there. But it's just like, ugh, pain. I was like, whatever, I'll bite the bullet on that one. Fine, whatever. Now let's figure out the side panels, the center console, and the black stitching, and the perforation in the center of the seats. Let's try to figure that out. And he's like, okay, well, you know, I'm here to help you out, whatnot. He's like, just give me a couple, you know, just give me like a couple days and see what I can do for you. So to make this long story short, so I talked to him several times within that time. And it's been 3 months. He gives me the runaround, gives me the guy's leather guy that did the seats, and to talk to him. And I was just like, well, why do I need to talk to the leather dude if it has nothing to do with the leather dude? It has to do with what you told me. I talked to the leather dude. He tells me, this guy never told me anything about the recoil stitching, the perforation in the center, any of the stuff that basically we talked about. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, no, my guy never told me anything about that. Well, I was like, he told me, okay, I'll call the guy and see what's happening, see what's going on. So he calls him, whatnot, and then I wait like another week. So within those 3 months, like I said, it was such a long time. You know, I paid a lot of money for the seats to get done, and for leather to be done on my car. When you're just gonna give me seats that are gonna be done, and not the side panels and the center console, and not what I wanted. So the last time that I talked to him, because it was already too long, so this was already at basically about 2.5 months time, and I go over there, because every time I call, never get no answer, never get a reply. He never calls me back. It was basically ducking me the whole time I was trying to call him. So I had to go constantly to the dealer, which is not close by my house, but hey, you know, if I can't get a hold of him, I have to go over there and, you know, waste my time to do this. So I went down there, asked him, I was like, hey, the whole misunderstanding was that you said this was gonna happen. You said if you don't call me, that means it's gonna get done. But if I call you, then then it has to be an extra fee or whatnot, or they can't do it. Or his excuse was, oh, well, I was on medical leave, so they told me that I couldn't, call anything or do anything. So I was like, okay, so you don't have any colleagues, anybody else there to tell me, like, hey, call this dude and make sure that, that he gets this thing done, or, hey, they couldn't do it, kind of thing. Nope, never happened. So there goes the problem right there. The problem was that this guy did not call me back. Now, should I have called? Maybe. But I took that guy's word that he was going to go ahead and handle this. I guess that was on me then, right? To not call back. I guess that's what I get for trusting somebody, that you feel like a dealer wouldn't screw you up like that, but yeah, he did. He screwed up. He didn't want to admit it, so he's just like, well, you know what, Lewis, I can't do anything for you. He's like, I'm not going to do anything. I can't. I'm not. Basically saying, I'm not going to pay for my car to get redone. It's basically what he said. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to do it. And I was just like, what? At this point, I'm pissed. I am super pissed. This ain't going to happen. If you're not going to do that, then someone will. Someone will. So I see in the front of me, I see that the owner's there. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I just get up, walk out, don't even tell the guy anything. I'm pissed. So I go over there to the owner, and I was like, hey, your service dude over here basically just told me that he's not going to do anything with my leather, and it's already been 2.5 months already at this point. And then he's all like going ahead and trying to like, okay, oh, it was like, oh, well, what's going on? So I told him the whole thing, and he was like, oh, who sold you this car? Who did this and that? I was like, oh, this person sold me the car. And he was like, well, it was like, oh, let me call this person. He calls that person, and now we're on like a two-way call, and he's telling them, like, but I'm like, hey, man, I was like, the person that sold me the car had nothing to do, or that sold me the leather thing had nothing to do with it, anything. And I was like, it's your guy because he didn't keep his word. That's the problem. Basically, he had contact this guy, the service director for the whole like dealer and whatnot. And I was just like, okay. And I talked to him. I tell him the same thing. He's like, okay, well, I was like, all right, don't talk to him no more. Go ahead and just, talk, we're going to be handling this, me and you. It's just going to be us. I was like, you don't have to contact them anymore, because I told them about they don't answer the phones or nothing. They don't even contact me. He's like, no, don't worry. I'll go ahead and contact you. I'll go ahead and, give you a text message. Your phone number's right here. This is your phone number, right? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yep. So he's like, all right, we'll get this figured out and fix this. All right. So from that point, remember, it's 2.5 months. So I get a text message probably like a couple of days later. We got something. We're going to do something for you. We're going to go ahead, and if that's okay with you, we're going to go ahead and take the seats from a different car, put them in your car, and then we're going to actually basically do those in leather and the way you wanted them. And I was like, fantastic, Finally, after 3 long months, I'm getting what I paid for. Done. It's just like, sigh of relief. You would think so, right? This is going to be in a different dealer now, because obviously I'm not going to go to that same dealer anymore because of what happened. So I go ahead and turn it into the other dealer. They get it done. So I turn it in on Tuesday. It gets done on Friday. Friday comes around. They're having a little trouble, so it should be done a little like around this time. And I was like, okay, that's fantastic. I get a phone call from the upholstery guy, from the leather dude. And he's like, sorry, man, I'm super, super sorry. My guys, I don't know how it happened. The best guy that I have that works on the leather ripped the leather on one of your seats. And I was like, what? In my mind, I'm thinking, really? Really? I was like, can nothing good come out of this? That now it's ripped. It's like, so, we won't have it done until Tuesday, because Monday, you know, holiday, it was a holiday on Monday. That was I don't know what holiday that was. I think it was Labor Day or what it was. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna have my car until Tuesday. So, you know, I was done being pissed because it was getting done. I waited 3 long months. What's a couple 4 days? After all that, they ripped the leather and then they had to redo it because they can't fix that. They have to reorder it and re-put it on, of course. So of course that had to happen. Finally on Tuesday, I finally got my car and I was just like, yes. I wanted to, of course, get the reaction for you guys and everything, but I had to go to work and it just didn't happen, and then my birthday just recently passed, so I was finally doing it now. But obviously it's not like a reveal of anything, but I'm just gonna show you how it looked. It looks fantastic. It looks really good. It's exactly how I pictured the car looking in my mind, and it looks really good. I love how it turned out. It turned out fantastic. And you guys, and I'll show you a video clip of how it looked and how it's supposed to have looked. And you guys will see it now. I mean, and this is why I've been out of YouTube doing videos, anything of those sort, because this took a lot of my time away. I didn't want to spend time doing videos and stuff like that because I paid a lot of money. $1,500 for this. This is not pocket change. So this is a lot of money that I paid for. And I was just like, this took everything from me to get this resolved. And I was like, I'm not gonna do anything until this gets done, because this is, no, you can't be playing with my money, basically, so this is why I haven't done any videos. But moving forward on, now that this is done, now there's gonna be videos coming out, more videos and everything coming out, of course, so and now you guys go see how it looks. Alright, as you guys can see right there, the perforation, the black stitching, the side panel, of course, that are done. And of course right here, the center console is done with the black stitching. Perforation looks fantastic. It looks really good with the car. Of course, the back seats and the back is done. I'm talking about right here where the scratches are at and the scars. Probably can't really see it. I'm trying to see if I can put it there and see if you can. Oh yeah, there you go. That's big scratch scar kind of thing there. Yeah, it's on that side there. So something we've done. There's the back seats. Perforation there is done. So it looks fantastic. Exactly how I wanted it to be now. There we go. The car looks amazing, and there we go.